Namaste, guys. So, it's gonna be my niece's 6th birthday, and we've decided on an Alice in Wonderland theme. And it's safe to say that my sister is artistically challenged. So, all the planning and the decorations and making of the cards and everything has come to me. So I'm going to quickly show you one of the things that I am doing for her birthday, for the birthday party. So I'm going to make these gift bags, and I'm going to show you how I did this. I made about 19 of these. Let me just show you. Can you see? They are 19 in here, one less of 20, because I'm going to show you how to do this paper bag style gift bag. And let me just show you how roomy this is. Can you see that? It's gonna hold a lot of goodies for the kiddies that are going to come. And then I haven't embellished it yet because I'm going to be taking it with me. I don't want to get mushed during the air transit, because I'm going to be flying home. So what I plan to do with it finally is to stuff it up with all the goodies, and then seal the bags, maybe fold them in, and then punch 2 holes and add some ribbons and bows. And since it's Alice in Wonderland, I might have some little charms or tags hanging from it. But for now, I've left them plain. And let me quickly grab my supplies and show you how you can make these on your own. And trust me, guys, it's so simple, and you don't even need a lot of fancy equipment. All you need is your scoreboard. I use my Martha Stewart, and then of course the scoring tool that comes with the board, and another bone folder. I use one from Monson, and I really like this for creasing. And this is not good for scoring, so therefore I need the Martha Stewart tool for the scoring bit. And then the bone folder. You're gonna need a pair of scissors and some score tape, and that's it. Of course, you're going to be needing your paper, which is this. I'm using this paper, and this is the total size. I don't know the size exactly. I can just, breadth wise, it seems it's 13 inches by, let's say, it will be around 18 inches. So it is 13 by 18, which is just a really odd size. It's just the size the paper came in. I did not cut this paper, so it was very fast for me to make these bags, because I didn't have any, there was no cutting involved whatsoever. You could use any size of pattern paper or gift wrapping paper, any kind of paper that you want to match your theme or the project that you want to do. You can also make these paper bags for your paper bag mini albums as well. So this paper is golden on one side and white on the other. It's a good texture and good thickness. And let me just get started with it and show you how I did it. So I just lined up. Another thing, before you choose your paper, it's good that obviously you're going to need for this sort of a paper bag a rectangular piece of paper. It should be rectangular shape. If it's not, then you cut it into a rectangle. So I wasn't really fussy about the final dimensions of the bag, because I just wanted it to be a little large, and so therefore I just went with the sheet as it is. So I'm just going to line it the wrong side up, because for this particular texture of paper, it was easier for me to score on the wrong side and then fold it inwards, because like we say, mountainside in, it goes for thicker paper. This paper is not very thick, so I found it difficult to fold it when it was not scored the right way. So I'm just going to score on the length side wrong side up, just half an inch in, and you'll see even though the paper is long, I'm just going to move my scoreboard and I just drag my paper, and using the earlier score line as my guide, I scored into the groove like that. So super easy. Then you're just going to fold it in. This fold, why we're doing is the only reason I'm doing this is not that it just adds to the visual appeal of the bag, but it also gives a kind of sturdiness to the structure, like so. Can you see that? The half-inch fold inside. So it sort of adds more stability, because you're going to be grabbing it and the kids are going to be pulling things out and you're going to be stuffing it in with things. So you need a bit of heaviness to it. And this paper wasn't that thick. Depending on your paper, you can vary this step. And then the next step is to simply, I'm going to grab my tape and butting that up on the edge. It helps me to keep the paper straight. I'm just going to add my score tape to one short end of my paper. And I'm just going to snip it off. Just remove the backing. Comes right off. And then I'm just going to butt it up like that. And I don't have anything heavy because this paper is so slippery. I'm just going to be using my phone as a weight here, so that it doesn't move around. And then I'm just going to glue the other flap down. Before I do that, I'll show you again. I just added score tape on one side of the tape, the right side up, and then I'm just going to fold the other flap onto that tape. And why I butted it here, so that it's easy for me to have the edges aligned and straight, that I don't make any mistakes. And just going to paste it, put it down. So now you have a nice tube like that. And moving on, what you just need to do is sort of eyeballing the glued seam to the center. I'm just going to press down on one side, and this is where my phone folder comes handy. I'm going to make a crisp edge there, and again fold the other half down, both sides. And there you have it. So again, I'm going to be needing my scoreboard, and for this particular bag, the dimensions I used was, I simply scored it in at 1.5 inches from the folded side. And again, it's a bit off the score pal, but then it doesn't matter. And I'm going to flip it over because there are two layers and I want my score to be through and through. So I'm just going to score it in both directions. Just flip it over and again score it down at 1.5. And this you're going to do on both sides. Just make sure your fold is nice and crisp. And 1.5 inches. So you can use this technique and vary the sizes and make bags as big as you want and as small as you want. Like you see, I am using I'm not using any particular measurements for this bag. I'm just going with it and using my eyes as a guide. So and then with the crease side towards the right, I'm going to make scores on this side, the bottom part, which is going to make the bottom. So here you're going to add 3 lines, one at 1/2 inch, like that, one at 2 inches, and the other at 3.5. Half an inch, 2 inches, and 3.5. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to go over those lines again. 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and 3.5. And wait quickly before I run out of battery. So I'm not going to be needing this anymore, so I'm just going to get away. Okay, so now the next step is making sure that the glued side, the glued flaps are upwards, facing towards you. You are just going to make another fold like that, and one on this end. I just find it easier to fold it both ways. Like that. And quite simply, what you need to do next is, again, flip it over, and with the glued side up, I'm just going to lift my flap open like that and open it up, and I'm just going to, with the pointed head of my score tool, I'm going to get into that cone there, and I'm going to lay it down flat, and then I'm going to reinforce the folds that I just made. Basically, you're just opening up the lower flap all the way up to the inner score line. It's pretty simple. If you follow it step by step, you should have a paper bag in under 10 minutes, and that's really easy and really fast. So the last step is, I'm just going to add some tape here on the lower flap on the inside like that, and then on the outside of this flap. So wrong side up on one flap and the right side up on one flap. So that's it. I'm just going to take off the tape, and I'm going to fold this flap in on the second score line that we'd made. It should just line up. It makes it really easy because you already have your score lines done, and reinforce it here as well. Oops, it's sticking down, and I'm just going to hold that down and close this flap. And there you have your bag. Now it's a simple matter of opening it up all the way to the bottom. You can get your bone folder and just enforce the edges of your bag like that. And I like to keep my glued side in, so I'm just going to enforce the outer creases like that, the score lines that you had made, you just need to reinforce them and fold the first fold inwards. This was your first fold that you made, and you're just going to fold it inwards like that, and I just hold it down and reinforce that. Do it again on this side. I'm not going all the way in because you'll see in a minute. You need to do this first on the outside and then you move downwards. See, again, I take these two folds and I hold them together and I force this one to go inwards, and I reinforce it, and then quite simply it's just going to fall on its own. You don't need to do anything to it. I'm keeping my glued flaps upwards, and I'm making sure my corners are nice and flush, and I'm just going to press this down. It just folds in on its own. It's just going to collapse. You don't have to do much. And just with my bone folder, I go over all the folded lines and make them crisp and flush. And there you go. Your paper bag is ready. You can use it as a gift bag, or you can make smaller ones for a mini album using cardstocks that you need, and match it with the pattern paper. So this was really super simple and quick. Look at how many I made in one night, and I had them all done, and you didn't need a lot of tools as well. So thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my blog as well as my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.